In the heart of downtown Los Angeles stands the Cecil Hotel, a place with a reputation that chills the blood. Built in 1924 as a luxurious destination for travelers, it quickly became a hub for the desperate and the damned. Over the decades, the Cecil has been the site of numerous suicides, murders, and unexplained deaths. Serial killers like Richard Ramirez, the infamous Night Stalker, once called it home, stalking its halls in the 1980s. Another resident, Jack Unterweger, strangled women while staying there in the 1990s. The hotel's history is soaked in tragedy, guests jumping from windows, overdoses in dingy rooms, and whispers of ghosts lingering in the shadows. It's no wonder locals called it the Suicide Hotel. In January 2013, a young Canadian student named Elisa Lam checked into this foreboding building. Elisa, just 21 years old, was on a solo trip across the West Coast, blogging about her adventures on Tumblr. She was bright, curious, and battling bipolar disorder. Her family back in Vancouver knew she took medications to manage her condition, but during her stay, something went terribly wrong. Elisa started exhibiting strange behavior, leaving notes for her roommate saying, "Go home" or "Go away," locking doors with secret passwords. Complaints from other guests led the hotel staff to move her to a private room. But the eerie events were just beginning. Elisa was last seen alive on January 31st, 2013, the day she was supposed to check out and head to Santa Cruz. When she didn't contact her parents, who she called daily, they grew worried. By February 8th, the LAPD had launched a search. Flyers with Elisa's photo plastered Skid Row, but no leads emerged. Then, on February 13th, the police released security footage from the hotel's elevator, hoping it would jog memories. What the world saw instead was a video that would haunt the internet forever. In the grainy, time-stamped clip, Elisa enters the elevator alone. She presses all the buttons frantically, as if trying to escape something. The doors stay open unnaturally long. Elisa peeks out into the hallway, her movements jerky and paranoid. She steps out, waves her hands in odd gestures, like playing an invisible game of tag, then darts back in. She hides in the corner, presses more buttons, and exits again, leaving the elevator empty. The doors finally close, but the video raises more questions than answers. Was she hiding from a pursuer? Hallucinating due to her untreated bipolar disorder? Or something more sinister? Conspiracy theorists claim the footage was edited, timestamps obscured, segments missing. The video went viral, amassing millions of views, with people speculating about demons, drugs, or even a cover-up. As the search dragged on, guests at the Cecil began complaining about the water. It came out black and foul-tasting, with low pressure. On February 19th, a maintenance worker climbed to the roof to check the 4 massive 1,000-gallon water tanks that supplied the entire hotel. What he found inside one of them was horrifying. Elisa's naked body floating face up in the murky water. Her clothes coated in a sand-like substance, bobbed beside her, along with her watch and room key. The tank had to be drained and cut open to retrieve her. By then, guests had been drinking, showering, and brushing their teeth with water contaminated by her decomposing body for weeks. The autopsy revealed moderate decomposition, bloated skin turning green, veins marbling like cracked marble, and skin slipping off in places. There were no signs of trauma, assault, or struggle. Toxicology showed she was under-medicated for her bipolar disorder, with traces of over-the-counter meds, but no recreational drugs or significant alcohol. The coroner ruled it an accidental drowning, attributing it to a manic episode where Elisa might have climbed into the tank herself, perhaps seeking refuge during a hallucination. But here's where the true horror creeps in. How did she get to the roof? The doors and stairs were locked, alarms armed, yet no one heard them. Police dogs traced her scent to a window leading to a fire escape, but it vanished there. The tanks sat on concrete blocks, lids heavy and hard to maneuver alone. Strangely, the lid was found open when workers arrived. Elisa's phone was never recovered, and her Tumblr kept posting queued entries long after her death, like a digital ghost. The official conclusion didn't satisfy everyone. Theories exploded online. Was it foul play? A ritual killing tied to the hotel's dark past? Some pointed to eerie parallels with the 2005 horror film Dark Water, where a girl's body contaminates an apartment building's water supply. Others speculated about tuberculosis tests in Skid Row around the time. The outbreak strain was called Lam Elisa, a chilling coincidence. Elisa's bipolar history included past episodes of hiding in small spaces during psychosis. But could that explain scaling a 10-foot tank? Lawsuits followed. Guests sued the hotel for negligence, horrified they'd ingested contaminated water. Elisa's parents filed a wrongful death suit, but it was dismissed in 2015. The judge ruled her entry into the tank was unforeseeable. The Cecil, rebranded as Stay on Main, tried to shed its curse, but closed in 2017 amid renovations. Today, it's a mix of housing and hotel rooms, but the stigma remains. Netflix's 2021 docuseries Crime Scene: The Vanishing at the Cecil Hotel reignited interest, blending facts with the hotel's bloody legacy. Elisa's story isn't about ghosts or monsters. It's a real-life nightmare of mental illness, isolation, and a place where death seems to lurk in every corner. What really happened on that roof? We'll never know. But the Cecil Hotel stands as a monument to the unexplained, whispering warnings to anyone who dares enter.